Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic cross spread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where you folks should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Leo, and astrologically speaking, that area of the zodiac is going to be pretty quiet, but Leo energy is 5th house, and 5th house points to romance, creativity, and children. Alright, we have 2, and 2nd house energy for you guys is actually Taurus, and 2nd house in general points to possession, self-worth, and finances. And we've had Uranus there for quite some time, and it will be retrograde still throughout the month of October. But yeah, I could definitely see some shifts around your finances. And we have Mars. So Mars is actually the ruler of your sign, and it's going to be in Cancer all of October. And for you guys, that's your 4th house of home, roots, family. So we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. Alright, in the main situation position, we have the Page of Wands, and challenging that, we have the 6 of Wands. So, Leo energy here, which we also saw come up in your dice. And to see this energy here, could just be saying that for some of you, maybe you want to explore some new areas, right? Because maybe you might feel like you're not getting the recognition that you feel you deserve where you're currently at now. So a super generic way this could play out for some of you, right, is let's say if you dreamed of being an actor, so you're going to move to an area where there's a lot more opportunities for actors, right? Because you're like, okay, where I'm at now, I feel like I'm limited. My options aren't there aren't as many options as I'd like, right? So you could just be looking to explore new areas to where you feel like you can reach that level. Right, in foundation position, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So this is Capricorn energy here, which is your 10th house of career and social status. So yeah, so it could just be saying that maybe part of what's at play there is maybe you're limiting yourselves in some way, right? So for example, maybe you would need to invest in yourself more, right? So it could be, again, going back to that generic example, right? For you to say, oh, well, where I'm at now, my opportunities are limited. At this other place that have a lot more opportunities, well, then it might say in that regard, well, you'd have to invest more, right? Maybe you have to take a trip out there. Maybe you'd have to explore the area, look into how much it would cost to move to that area, things along those lines, right? So it could just be saying that on the one hand, you do want those opportunities, but on the other, you could just be, a little stuck where you are currently, not really wanting to do all that would go behind making the move. All right, in the past position, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, so for some of you, it might come down to you could feel that where you are at one point was suiting your needs, but you might feel as time goes on, you might feel like the rewards aren't coming in quite to the level that they were in the past. So you just might feel like, okay, I'm still putting in the same amount of work, but I'm seeing less for it at this time. Right. In the position of the present, we have the King of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here. So yeah, it could just be saying that you might feel like you don't know quite what to do, right? So I feel like this is saying that you know that emotionally something's lacking, right? And like we said, maybe you just feel like, oh, you're not getting the level of recognition that you would like where you are now. So, but then I feel like you are internally trying to figure out, okay, but what would that mean, right? What would I have to do to get to that next level? So I feel like this is also saying that for a lot of you, you're not really discussing it with people in your environment either. You're keeping it very much an internal thought process for now, but it definitely seems to be pretty heavy on your mind. All right, in the near future position, we have the Hanged Man. So this is Pisces energy here, and we did just have that eclipse in Pisces recently, so you could just still be feeling the effects of that. But yeah, I feel like this is saying that ultimately you really are trying to take a really thoughtful, measured approach toward this situation, right? Where you're like, okay, if I do want to move somewhere else because I feel like I'm not being recognized, right? Is it for the right reasons, right? Is it just for my ego, or is it really that I feel like I'm just not being appreciated in a legitimate way, right? So you could just be grappling with what these feelings coming to the surface for you guys actually means. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the devil. So yeah, this is Capricorn energy here, and we mentioned with the Four of Pentacles as well that that's your 10th house of career and social status. And I do have to say that for many years you guys had Pluto in your 12th house, in your 10th house, and then it actually moved into Aquarius briefly, and now it's back in the sign of Capricorn, and still retrograde too. It's actually going to start a direct process on October 11th. And then I think right around the end of November, it's going to be out of that sign for the rest of your life, because it's going to be over 240 years until it's back there. But so yeah, could just be pointing to that really, where it's saying that maybe as that's coming back into that sign, it's really forcing you to look at this once and for all, right? Like, okay, am I too obsessive toward a certain area of life? Like I said, for a lot of you, it could be career, doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be another area of your life, but you're like, okay, am I too driven to reach a goal in this area of life? And if so, what's the real reason behind it? So I feel like you really are looking at that at a deeper level. And again, like I said, that's most likely the reason why it's coming to the surface for you at this time. Right? In the environment position, we have the Knight of Cups. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that as you do take that deep dive and really look into what all of this would mean for you, I feel like this is saying that you might see more opportunities come your way, right? You might see a more spiritual angle toward the whole thing that's going to help open up your mind in different ways as well. And for some of you, this could even just be flat out like an actual new person coming into your environment, extending some love and appreciation toward you as well. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Four of Wands. So yeah, this is actually an Aries card here. So ultimately, it looks like this is saying that that's what you long for deep down, right? You just want to be happy, right? And like I said, so I feel like what you're going through now is just exploring the what that means, right? How, what would make you happy, right? So I feel like that's ultimately what you're trying to figure out at this time. But at the root of it, that's what the desire is. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Nine of Cups. So more Pisces energy here. And to me, ultimately, this really points to by the end of the month, you will actually feel a lot more content. You'll feel a lot more sure of yourselves and feeling like you're moving in the right direction. So for some of you, if that means you actually do make some kind of a move, then it'd be that. Or if you really looked at the deep root of what's making that come to the surface to begin with, then maybe decide, okay, I overcame that. I'm good to go. I'm more appreciative of where I'm at now. Whatever the case may be, it looks like it's going to be a strong outcome. All right. And bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. So yeah, so I feel like this is saying that for some of you, this could be pointing to tangible improvement in your situation, right? And we did mention how Taurus energy came up in your dice as well. So I'm just be saying that, yeah, maybe for some of you, your finances will improve, or for some of you, maybe this is saying that you'll be taking a deep dive and looking at how you feel about material possessions, right? If that still fits what you want or not at this time. So that's what I see with that. We'll move on to your oracle cards now. First, we'll see what we get from what we have from the Four Agreements. We have don't take anything personally, and it says become immune to poison. Right? It says the whole world can gossip about you, and if you don't take it personally, you are immune. Immunity to poison in the middle of hell is the gift of the second agreement. So interesting message there, right? Because maybe for some of you, that's what you're looking at, right? Deep down, like, okay, is it really how I feel others view me that's fueling my desire to go out to acquire more, right? Or is it really truly something that I want for myself, right? So maybe that's what you're grappling with this month. All right, from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have all that glitters. There's the artwork and the number 16. So we'll see what this has to say. Alright, essential meanings says a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. The oracle's message: it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status, or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the mask people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? So yeah, I will say that message definitely seems to align with what we were seeing with the main spread as well. So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. Like I said, for a lot of you, this really came across as more of a career type reading, but for those of you who are looking for guidance as far as romance goes, hopefully that resonated. And I will say, seeing the Knight of Cups in the environment position seems to be a promising card for that as well. All right, the prosperity message says sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the overload. During the American Gold Rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune, and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. And like I said, just this whole spread in its totality really reminds me of the fact of, like we said, that Pluto transit through its 10th house, finally wrapping up for the rest of your life. Basically, the rest of your lives once we get to, like I said, around the end of November. So definitely makes sense to see this really bubbling back up to the surface for you guys at this time. So hope it ever resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there and we'll see you all next month. All right, bye.